everybody? We're back. It's Jeff and Justin, the Frustrated Rockstars. Your favorites from the radio, now in your iPod and in your ears.
Oh, your Zune player. Don't leave out Microsoft.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They are a new player in this game.
Oh, yeah, Zune. I forgot all about Zune. How could I? I'm sorry. Actually, Zune is our product of choice.
Yes.
Can we endorse the product yet? Is that okay? Are we trading on ice?
We endorse both.
Yeah, we really do.
Anyway, so, speaking of which, the launch of our whole podcast was we celebrated by going to the Ace Frehley show. Ace Frehley played here in Atlanta.
Right.
And that was kind of when we released everything. We were very excited. We were giving out flyers, and it was a fun time.
Yeah, everybody was really into it, too.
And, great show.
I had a great time.
Ace Frehley he looked great. He looked like Ace Frehley. He played great.
Right.
And a great set list too.
Yep.
Some Kiss songs, not the overplayed Kiss songs that Gene and Paul play over and over, but more the deeper cut. He's steady. And a lot of great selections from his solo work, from his solo Kiss album, and Frehley's comment. My only point of contention was the other guys in his band were like hired musicians that looked they were 23. Right. It just didn't look right having
a lot of them do that. Alice Cooper was famous for that. I don't remember who his guitar player was. He had this huge, muscular guitar player that was 20 years younger than you. It looked ridiculous. Find contemporaries at your age.
Exactly.
Because the audience is going to be
about
your age.
Yeah.
The audience is not... If you're 50, your audience is 45.
Right. They're not going to see some 26-year-old punk.
Right. Right. It really is a disconnect when you see that.
Plus, you're like, oh, this kid, he wasn't even born when, Parasite Lady was...
and he was good.
Oh, yeah, they played great. Hey.
No knock in the band.
And I know he probably wants to pay musicians, he wants to get a cheap rate on his guitar player. But certainly there's a guy in his 30s, that would go on the road with Ace Frehley. Hell, I would.
I think there's a marketing idea of it, too, in that, okay, you've already got people there to see Ace. Now we've got girls and stuff, so let's get some cute, eye candy kind of musicians up here.
Ace Frehley's not going to crack the 18 to 25 market. Okay, that's just not going to happen. He's got his bread and butter. He can tour.
There's some 35-year-old women there that would like to look at a hot 24-year-old guy with his shirt off.
Can't there be a hot 35-year-old guy?
I'm hoping.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, or at least have a 22-year-old guy who tries to look a little older, look a little more 80s or 70s. I don't know. Look a little more like Ace.
I can't disagree with you. It bothers me too. I think if you're 50 years old, 40 and up for your musicians.
Right.
And God forbid they're people we know, because that's always fun if you can stick
someone who played
Cozy Powell, Vinny, was it Appice?
Any of the
those guys are laying around somewhere, right?
Any of the PC guys.
Well, Cozy Powell isn't.
Well,
he's playing all right, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, go grab.
But is it a money? Is it a money thing?
I'm sure it's a money thing.
Well, do they not want to pay him? Can they not afford? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, would you rather?
Like Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge.
You're making $10,000 for that night, and you're going to pay out the band. You can pay $1,000. You can pay $5,000.
Right. And you're not going to sell more tickets.
You're not going to sell more tickets
because it's Ace's table.
It's Ace's table.
No one's going to come to see,
right?
Unless it was billed as Ace Frehley and Peter Criss.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't blame them for doing. I'm just saying, they could have a little image. Yeah, I mean, I'm not much into image.
Doesn't bother me much. Speaking of Kiss, though, one thing that I know we disagree on is I think they should just keep that makeup on.
No.
Till they're in the hole.
No. I think Kiss should do
now listen to
take
this.
The makeup off again. No, just like they did in 1982 with every, take the makeup off. Okay. And do a tour. I think they should get Bruce Kulick back in the band. I don't want to see a fake Ace Frehley. I don't want no respect to
Tommy Thayer.
He's great. He's the one who actually had to teach.
Black and blue.
He had to teach Ace Frehley the songs when they did the reunion tour in '96 because Ace didn't remember. Right. Anyway, but he's now the fake Ace Frehley. Peter Criss is gone.
The fake Ace Frehley.
So there's the only two guys are Paul and Gene. I say let's take the makeup off. Let's do an '80s Kiss tour. Take the makeup off. Play a set list of more of the 80s Kiss music and get Bruce Kulick back. God forbid Vinnie Vincent.
Right.
And, and let's do it. Yeah, they won't be able to play the stadiums because everyone wants to see the makeup. They've been in the makeup now longer than they were the first time. So, Let's do something different. Gene, Paul?
All right. They are in the rare position of being able to play as long as they want because they don't see the wrinkles, you don't see the bags under the eyes.
I don't care about that. Wait. Paul Stanley's already Botoxing it. Paul Stanley looks like Dixie Carter now. He's got so many facelifts and stuff. Gene just got it on his reality show, so all bets are off. I don't care what they look like. I want to hear the 80s music.
Throw it out of here.
And I want Bruce Kulick back. What happened to Bruce Kulick?
Nobody cares. Well, I'd rather have him than Tommy Thayer pretending to be Ace.
Okay. Well, at least have Bruce Kulick pretending to be Ace.
I'd rather have Vinnie Vincent than any of them.
Well, yeah, because he could do his makeup and
do what, the Pharaoh? What was he?
He was the Pharaoh. Well, that would be the only time I would like to see the makeup again, is if they had Vinnie Vincent back with him and his makeup.
They have a rare opportunity of no other band has this where they have makeup on. They can play till they're 80 because you can't tell how old they are.
I know, but it's just the same. It looks just the same. I'm saying let's change it up. That's what they did in the 80s. They changed it up. Let's do it again.
That's why Grace Slick doesn't play anymore. She says nothing looks worse than an aging dinosaur of a rock star up on stage, especially doing heavy metal and hard rock like that. I guess basically in closing, I think we agree that it'd be nice to see musicians that are older, that are touring, to have their peers.
Yeah,
and not the hired bunch of young guns.
Right. They need to either have like name guys that are their contemporaries, or just some dude off the street.
Right.
I'm sure there are plenty of guys that are in their 30s and 40s that would love to tour with X number of bands.
And I remember I saw
an extra $500 a week.
I saw Blue Oyster Cult, I don't know, 5 years ago, and they could have been 5 guys they found,
at least make it look like they're from the same decade.
I didn't know. It sounded like it. It was good enough for me, because I don't have a lot of emotional attachment to the members of that band. Right. I just wanted to hear the songs that I knew.
Well, Blue Oyster Cult, that's one of those bands that no one really knows any of the members to begin with.
Right.
So
it's like seeing REO Speedwagon. As long as you've got the singer.
As long as you got but I'd want that's a bad example. I want Gary Richrath. I don't want some guy that's 25 playing with Kevin Cronin.
Well, what if it's some guy that's 51?
That's better. I'd rather have a 51-year-old player playing with a 51-year-old Kevin Cronin.
But how important is it with a band like REO Speedwagon that you have the original members there? It's not that important.
No, but the guys at least need to be contemporaries. That's all we're saying. All right, well.
I agree with you.
Anyway, but hey, we had a good time with the Ace Frehley show. That's all I
great. From what I understand.
It was the launch of our podcast, so thank you so much for joining. And hey, maybe you were there at the Ace Frehley concert with us. Yeah. So we'll catch you soon. Take it easy.
See you on the site. I got nothing. I spoke my piece on this one.